Time for fun fact, guys. Do you know that there's a very touristy and popular place in Uruguay called Punta de Este? Yeah, so I visited Punta de Este and spent around 2 weeks there. But here's an interesting thing. Once I was standing on the shore and I saw an island, and I was just talking to a fisherman. He was, catching fish, and he told me that the island that we see there has more than 300,000 sea lions, and this number is much more than the entire state of Maldonado, where Punta de Este is part of. The number of people in the whole of Maldonado. So just one island had more sea lions than the number of people in that state. I hope you like the fun fact. Stay tuned.
Hola estudiantes, ¿cómo están? Bienvenido a la clase de español. Hoy vamos a estudiar la letra A. Hello my beautiful students, how are you? Welcome to the class. Today we're going to take a look at the keyword A. Well, it is a letter, but then it acts as a word, and we have seen it in the previous sessions that single letter A means two. Okay? Two. Now what happens is that the single letter A, even though it means two, but it has its specific cases where it can be used, and other cases where it might look like it can be used but it is not. So we have categorized the entire session into multiple cases, and we will see where A can be used and where it cannot be. Okay, let us take a look. The first one is, which is the golden rule, the most generic use of A, is that it is used before a direct object if it is a person. Okay, if it is a person. So the example is, I call my mother every day in English. In Spanish it is llamo, which is first person singular of the verb llamar or llamar, which means to call. So llamo means I call, a means to, mi madre means my mother, todos los días means every day, all the days. So I call to my mother all the days, or every day is what it literally means. But in Spanish, whenever you have a direct object as a person, you have to use a before the direct object. Alright, let's move on to the next case. A is used before a direct object if it is an animal or a pet, especially with feelings for it. Okay, so let us take an example. Maria loves her dog. So in Spanish it is Maria ama. Ama is a third person singular conjugation of the verb amar, which means to love. A su perro means to her dog. So Maria loves to her dog, literally what it means. Yeah, so that was about it. Let's move to the third case, which says when to not use A. So A is not used before a direct object if it is non-living object. Okay, let us see an example and it will be clearer. The sentence in English is, I eat ice cream after waking up. Como means I eat, which is the first person singular conjugation of the verb comer, which means to eat. So como means I eat. Helado, remember it is silent. Helado means ice cream. Después means after. De despertarme means after waking me up, after waking myself up. So como helado después de despertarme. Since helado is an object here which is not living, so we don't use an A. Yeah, let's move on to the next case. It says A is not used before a direct object if it is unknown living being. Yeah, so we saw that in earlier example, if it is a pet and we have feelings for it, then you have to use A, or if it is a person, then you have to use A. But in this case it says that if it is an unknown living being, then you don't use an A. Let us take a look at the example. She looks at the horse. Now it is a horse, but we don't know which horse, right? It is not a pet. That's why we don't use an A. And so it becomes ella, which means she. Mira means to watch or look. El caballo means the horse. Ella mira el caballo. Let's move on to the next case, where it says A is not used after the verb tener or I. Okay, which literally means there is or there are. So let us take some examples. I have 20 brothers. And to say I have, you have to conjugate the root verb tener, excuse me, first person singular. Tengo 20 hermanos. That means I have 20 brothers. So you don't use a because it is a conjugation of the verb tener. The next example is there are 8 girls. And to say there are, we have seen in the early chapters, it is I. Ocho. Ocho means 8 and chicas means girls. Hay ocho chicas. There are 8 girls. So you don't use a. You don't use I here as well. Okay. Let's move on to the last case, folks. A is not used before a direct object if it is an indefinite person. Yeah. So let's just take an example. I need a gardener. Now I need a gardener, but I don't know who that person will be. I don't know that person. So we will not use a here. In Spanish it becomes necesito, which is the first person singular conjugation of necesitar, which means to need. Necesito means I need. Un means a jardinero. Necesito un jardinero. Jardinero means gardener. So that was about keyword A, folks. I hope you learned and enjoyed this beautiful and something which is very oftenly used in the language, because the use of A or the use of the word to is very common in any language, right? So I hope you're taking back something very precious and important. Muchas gracias por su paciencia y espero que hasta ahora hemos estudiado muy bien y espero que un día muy pronto vamos a hablar español muy fluentemente. Muchas gracias. Hasta luego. Chao, chao.